Hey, everybody. Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast. Thank you for checking out another brand new episode. I apologize for the delay. I've been a bit busy with the summer. I bought a brand new house. Been hard at work trying to make this house a home, and been busy doing that. So, but I'm back with a brand new episode. Today's feature is singer-songwriter Tom Blood Jr. I caught up with Tom a little while back, right about when he was getting ready to release his debut album. And it's titled Never Let You Go, released on everywhere June 20th. And we sat down, we talk all about this record, some stories behind these songs, and much more. So hope you enjoy it. We did a couple of live acoustic versions also for the show, which was a lot of fun. And you can see Tom live next week in St. Louis with his band, Jesus Christ Supercar, as they release a new EP on July 25th at Old Rock House. And then Tom's throwing a big party to celebrate the release of this album, and that'll be on September 13th at the Heavy Anchor with Hilo, Buffalo, and Blinded by Stereo. So mark those on your calendar, grab some tickets, and let's party. Again, find everything Tom Blood Jr. on your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Bandcamp, wherever you're getting your music at. And follow along for more dates and information. Never Let You Go, now streaming everywhere. And hope you enjoy this episode with my buddy, Tom Blood Jr.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
This is your pal, Tom Blood Jr., and you're listening to the Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
This is beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats is the Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot. Could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey, everybody. Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with returning guest, Tom Blood.
Howdy, hey. How's it going, Shane?
Good, man. Welcome back.
It's good to be back. I really genuinely appreciate you having me on here solo. I know we were kind of talking about a little bit earlier how it's been lots of different forms that have been on the pod, but never one-on-one. So this is a new thing for us.
For sure. Yeah, this is very cool, very exciting. So you've been multiple appearances with Jesus Christ Supercar. Mm-hmm. We did one with LS Express.
That's right.
Back in the day, we've done quite a few different things as you in a band setting. But you recently announced that you were going to be doing a debut solo album and working on some solo Tom Blood tunes, and the new single is out there readily available wherever you're getting your digital music at. But I thought this would be cool. Good time to catch up, sit down, and talk about all this and get it right from the source.
Absolutely. I'm down.
Yeah. So I thought, being that it is just one-on-one, I know we've gotten pieces of your story throughout the years.
Sure.
But I thought it could be fun to kind of deep dive more into the Tom Blood origin story.
Wow. Yeah.
So I don't. So St. Louis is home. Has always been home.
St. Louis has pretty much always been home. Yeah, I was. I grew up out in West County, so I'm a county kid at heart. So try to put some distance between myself and the county, but that's unavoidable at a certain point.
Yeah.
But yeah, living in the city more so these days. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I started playing music probably around like 10 or 11. Guitar was actually my first instrument, and I took some lessons, kind of got the chords down, and kind of went off on my own way for a little bit. Took a couple more lessons in like 8th grade or so. So I'd been playing for a couple years, and I went to a really not really small, but like relatively small elementary school. So there wasn't much of an appetite to form a band as much as I really wanted to. So when I got to high school, that was like a huge priority for me, just to be like constantly searching on the lookout for which friends can play in a band, like which of my friends are down to do this. So luckily, after kind of sourcing things together during freshman year, I started my first band in sophomore year of high school. That band was called Morning View Drive. So we were big Incubus fans.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
so yeah, just had to do some light, just ever so slightly plagiarism. So, but hey, I'm told the best artists steal.
Right.
I think you probably heard that before.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully on the pod as well. But yeah, then we played in a couple different iterations of that band, like all throughout high school. Kind of.
Were you doing like talent shows or just playing for friends, or what kind of stuff was that band doing?
Yeah, we initially started playing at just kind of parish picnic events. There was a string of those in the fall of that sophomore year, so we did like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then we had enough momentum that actually the first time that I ever played anywhere that wasn't a parish picnic was in I guess that must have been in like late 2013 or so. We played at Pop's Blue Moon, and I've always loved that place, and that's one of the big reasons why, because I just see it as kind of like the first initial stomping grounds. And we would play a lot at Fubar. Fubar would have us every now and then, and I think we found a couple like bar gigs even like here or there, just kind of putting on an event outside. So there were some places that were kind enough to have us. The names are escaping me, but they were just some spots in South City. So, and what's actually really funny is that both Colin and Christopher of Jesus Christ Supercar, I mean, they all went to SLU High, where I went as well. They were just 2 years ahead of me. So Colin in particular, like we had some shared bills because they were pretty established. His band was initially called the Dirty Fries, which I love that they say that what great band names besides cake are named after food. But and I think Christopher was even in that band at one point too. But they changed their name to Sumus Vulgus, and we had a couple different shows. I remember there was one in particular in 2014 that was on March the 5th, and just that date just always stands out to me, like ever since we have played that show then. So. But yeah, so we that's kind of like how we like kind of like all crossed paths initially, and of course Colin and Christopher are really good friends too. But this isn't a supercar bio, okay? I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I love those dudes, and definitely an important part of my musical journey. But again, getting a little ahead of myself. So
you played guitar all through that time?
Pretty much most of it. I did play a little bit of bass in Morning View Drive, like later on, like in some parts of high school, played a little bass. And I was also that is where I started to fall in love with the drums as well. You couldn't keep me away from the kit. I've seen like some memes recently where it's like the rest of the band, the moment the drummer leaves, they're all like, like basically on top of each other, just trying to get onto the drum kit. So it was kind of that deal. It's just like, let me play the drums, let me give it a shot. But yeah, no, I genuinely, just from like playing around a little bit, that was some good experience there. And eventually, like later on in high school, I did end up getting my own kit, which was super cool because then I could actually practice on my own for real. That was more like end of high school, like post high school though. The band kind of petered out before we graduated, but it was still a great time. Like I look back on that time like so fondly. Yeah. And just getting to be a part of the music community that was there at the old U High, and just playing football games, and I
don't know. I mean, I don't know where the shift happens like in growing up, but like I agree. Like I had so much fun. I mean, I still do it. I still have fun with it. But I think a lot of people like in high school, we were so excited about going to see our friends play. Like I was going to those shows that you're talking about and stuff. I had a bunch of friends that were playing in high school bands, and they probably weren't very good, but we were excited to support our friends and going out there.
Absolutely.
And people bought their shirts and whatever and stuff, little, burn CD demos and stuff like that. But then it seems like it becomes a thing where it's like, then it starts becoming a real like ordeal, like trying to get people to, come out to shows. It's like, I don't know why, but it just kind of stinks. So people like grow up and they kind of fall out of that, and like, but I don't know, there was something really special about like that time, like in high school where, I mean, really and during high school you got nothing else going on. So it's like, that's a big part of it, but I understand.
Oh yeah. That wasn't true for me. I had a whole lot going. Yeah. I mean, but obviously that is a trend that has continued ever since then as well. I'm usually pretty successful of keeping myself busy, but no, I totally agree. And just, that age is like when you're going to be like the most enthusiastically into like whatever music that you're into. Like I saw something recently that like whatever kind of musical content you were into at like 17, 18 is pretty much going to be like for the rest of your life, what you like have the most nostalgic feelings for. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that kind of rings personally true.
Yeah, I love continuing to discover new stuff all the time, but
I do just from the nostalgia point of view.
But I ultimately
nostalgia, let's be clear, is something to be feared.
But I do love flipping on my 90s on 9 and listening to all the music that I grew up with and stuff. So like I said, there's good balance of both of them. So
absolutely.
Was there anybody like in your life like your parents or family or anybody, it was like kind of a early influence on wanting to pursue this into music, where does like that really initiative to play start for you?
Yeah, no, that's definitely an important thing to think about. My family does have, like on my dad's side, there is actually a Grammy Award winner. Oh. So that was from it was for like a very obscure like I think gospel recording sometime in the 80s or something like that. But hey, still won a Grammy.
Sure.
So, but that was that's very subdued. We didn't. My household wasn't very like musical or anything growing up. Besides the fact that my dad was like definitely into like all the cool like old rock bands, and he would keep up with the times pretty well. Like he had a CD service where he would get like new stuff sent to him from some like distribution service, and that was awesome just to be like kind of an environment where it's like, ooh, let me see if I can steal this CD from Dad.
You can say Columbia House, I think.
Is that what that was? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that was, but I just didn't know.
I think everybody owes him money still. And,
that's probably it. Yeah,
that like penny deal or whatever, something like that, and
And then my grandparents on my mom's side, who I'm very blessed that they're still with us. They were and are huge music lovers. Like they grew up loving blues music, and there's this really fun story where they actually were able to swing Muddy Waters for a sorority event, like back in when they were growing up. Their like sororities were like things in high school, so they had a big pool party, and they had to. They had to get some type of entertainment, and the entertainment they got was Muddy Waters, which is, I just think that's one of the coolest things.
Yeah.
And they loved like Chuck Berry, like current day. They've been a huge fan of like Billy Peak. They go down to like Key West and will just be like chilling out there listening to music all day. So so they've always been very encouraging as well, just with any of the musical pursuits that I've looked into over the years. And one of my other favorite things to say to or about them is that at some supercar shows, they were probably the oldest people out on the dance floor, and perhaps even the only octogenarians out there, but they were out there. Yeah. and everyone would be like, "Are those your grandparents?" And I would just be so proud to say the answer is yes. Yeah. They're so wonderful.
Very cool. Yeah. Yeah. That's really special that you still have them in your life like that.
Yeah. I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky that they're still with us and still going strong. So what
about Tom Blood, the songwriter? How does songwriting?
That was Shane. You picked the perfect time to ask that question, because like where we were in the history books, as it were, that's right where that picks up, because right after I finished high school, that's where I started writing my own songs and recording some of my own songs too, I did. There's one project that was the first like official recording project. I did that in collaboration with my friend Michael Blair, and he was playing guitar. I was playing drums on that. Very novice drumming, but it was still like a lot of fun. And we wrote a lot of pretty much all the songs that we played there. Did some solo stuff. I would kind of fool around with GarageBand and just see what I could come up with. I think the most that I ever ended up releasing from that kind of era, like early or like basically through college, was just like some stuff on SoundCloud, where kind of struggled to pick a fun name or whatever to call the project. I think I went. I mean, and this just tells you like how much weed I was smoking at the time. But I think one of them was like, "Welcome to the Aplombus Shoot" or something like that. Like,
look it up.
Yeah. Folks, we're gonna need a fact check on that one.
Jamie, pull it up.
But yeah, like that was kind of my in college was basically my first like kind of foray into songwriting. Like I remember being like very influenced at a certain point by like Jeff Buckley and like really strange like chord progressions. Or just kind of like, just like the non-standard like C, G, D type of deal. But yeah, that was kind of where I got my start in songwriting. And, I'm still very proud of a lot of the songs that I wrote in those like kind of college years, but I never really got around to like officially doing much of anything with them.
Right.
But it was still enough to keep me going, and was always on the hunt for the next collab. So.
Yeah. Well, you wrote and recorded songs with Jesus Christ Supercar, right? You wrote quite a few of those songs.
I mean, I pretty much just kind of going down the line, like most of the projects that I've been involved in have at least been like an instrumental contribution, but with with LS Express, I wrote a couple songs that one is out there already. That one's called Battery Power. And I think Neil was still thinking about releasing another one. And that one's called Cosmic Mystery Romance. So there were a couple songwriting contributions there, but up to this point, Jesus Christ Supercar has been the pun intended main songwriting vehicle for me. But of course, we write those like all in conjunction. Like we'll come up with kind of the riff all together or series of riffs, and then kind of get an established melody. And then a lot of times that's when I just kind of like go off into the corner somewhere and start working on the lyrics. And just I definitely take a kind of just throw it at the wall, see what sticks approach. And I think that's led to some of our kookier phrases that have been out there. So plenty to be proud of within that catalog. So
yeah, well, and little teaser, but we got new music coming from Jesus Christ Supercar too. So
that's right. Yeah, that'll the rest of the EP are I guess this is our what. Depending on how you categorize our EPs, I think this would be our third one. And it's called Reliable Brake Service. And it'll be out on July 22nd.
Nice. Yeah. Maybe we're due for catch up with the boys and talk about that too.
We might have to have them wrangle me in after I've gone out podcasting on my own here.
Yeah. But why we are here, we have a big release. Like I said, this is the solo album debut of Tom Blood, and it's titled Never Let You Go, due out June 20th. And I thought this would be, like I said, deep dive into this record. You what kind of take me back to the start of this? Like, when did you have like just a collection of songs that weren't really a fit for the band, and you were like, why don't I just do this myself? Or how's that idea come about to put this together?
Yeah. It was much less of a like I need to go out and spread my wings as a solo artist.
I'm sick of these guys. So I'm like,
that was the angle that a certain other podcaster had me take the other night, and I just want to set the record straight. Yeah. I love Jesus Christ Supercar, and I plan on being in that band forever. Thank you very much. But no, so it was back in 2023, and I, this part of the story like is definitely not like a fun one, but I had a very close friend of mine who was like struggling with the battle with cancer, and unfortunately like ended up passing away, and that was in November of 2023, and at that time, I had just like relatively soon to that, I had quit my job, just like among other reasons, like besides it just not being the best fit for me at the time, just the fact that I think I just wanted to spend more time with him, and because we all kind of knew that like he wasn't really that long for this world at that point. And I don't know if you ever got the chance to meet Heart Liqueur, but he was an amazing poet and a great friend to me. And, I just felt like, he like the way that he would be able to just push through and like, just get stuff out there. I just always respected that. And also of course the fact that, his poetry was amazing and underratedly hilarious as well. You don't often hear that about poets, but he was so funny. So I think something about that and just kind of processing like those feelings of grief and just the fact that we're I mean none of us are long for this world, so I think that kind of drove me to want to make something to kind of like signify my own take on things, and so I was very lucky that the timing was the way it was. where, I was kind of between jobs and I could just kind of focus on this recording project while also kind of looking out for a new gig. And I was also very fortunate that my friend Dan C. Roth was willing to help me in this recording process. So he was actually a huge part of this whole recording, where he it was all at his space. Played the some of the guitars that he had lying around, played the drums that he had at his spot, in addition to some of my own as well. So I would just kind of show up there and kind of do like a song a day. I have been just for fun, I kind of will pick up this loop pedal and riff around on that. And a lot of these songs actually came from these like little mini like sound recordings that I had made from just over the years, and I was just kind of picking the ones that were kind of speaking to me in the moment, and then further like fleshing those out. So, but yeah, so that's kind of how those songs came about. Like once I got one done, I was like, well, could do another.
Right.
It's like, why not give this another one a go? So the end total was 7. That felt like a natural stopping point. And I feel like the songs like do go pretty well together. There's no like overarching like real like concept for the album. It's just that I think they all just came from like a very specific place and time. And it just took me so long to get the mixes down on this, because I just I was just doing everything in a very like garagey type of environment. So spent a lot of time mixing. That's kind of what got us to right now, honestly. It's just like doing some mixing, picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down, and
Sure. Yeah. I think that's kind of the fun of it, like though too. Like it's as much of it's that like you're very hands on. It's a DIY project. You can learn, and you got all the time to do all the things, and it's more affordable. But sometimes when it is nice to have those friends or pay somebody to do it, like to have have that outside perspective to be able to help you like speed it up. But it's like. But it is nice to be able to put that stamp on, hey, like I did this all myself, or, with Dan, of course, his help too. But, it's something that's very much, you can be proud of what you accomplished. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I definitely am. And I am so stoked that this album is like, finally going to be getting out there after all this time. So, it's definitely been a labor of love. And also, there are lots of other people to thank along the way. My friends Chris and Tom Piney. They both gave me a lot of really, really helpful insight on just kind of the balance of the mix, and Colin too. Also, I think had some really instrumental feedback for what actually ended up being the final mix. So. I definitely could not have done it without other people's help. So it's, even though it's a solo album, no one's ever really alone.
Well, we mentioned the title track, "Never Let You Go," and we did a stripped down live acoustic version here, and I said we play it. And what comes to mind when you think about this particular one?
So this is obviously the title track and the first single. So it just kind of jumped out at me as the one that had the most energy, and it's kind of the easiest one to remember of all the rest of the songs that are on there. And it's a desperate love song, and I think I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Sounds great, man.
Never, 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 never let you go. Whoa. Never, 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 never let you go. Never, 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 never let you go. Oh, oh. Never, 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 never let you go. Oh, oh. I could just disappear, pretend that you don't want me here. But anytime I think about you, I just want you near. If I could let go, I would, but I need to be understood. And so I'm dropping you a line, 'cause I'm thinking about you all the time. Never, 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 never let you go. Whoa, oh. Never, 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 never let you go. Never, 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 never let you go. Whoa, oh. Always, 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 always on the phone. Oh, oh. You could ask anyone, they would tell you that it's said and done. The rest can come and go, but what I really wanna know, are these feelings really true for me to spend my days with you? And the answer is always yes. I always wanna pass that test. Never, 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 never let you go. Oh, oh. Never, 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 never let you go. Never, 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 never let you go. Whoa, oh. Always, 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 always on the phone. Oh, oh. Always, 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 always on the phone. Never, 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 never let you go. Never, 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 never let you go. Whoa, oh. Never, 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 never let you go. Whoa, oh.
Yeah, this was fun. You can find the full album version on, like I said, on all your favorite digital platforms. And you can follow along with Tom Blood on your Facebook, Instagram, and be sure to check out the official music video for it on YouTube and click the subscribe button. You did that with our buddy James Jackson, right?
Well, actually, that was with my fiance, Mary Kate.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, she was behind the camera, but it's to her great credit that her camera work could be mistaken for James's equally excellent camera work.
Yeah, well, yeah. I thought I saw something with that with James. Maybe I misread or something.
Yeah, James, I'll hit you up for future collabs.
Right.
Yeah,
well, big shout out to her for helping out for sure. But yeah, man, that so the video is fun. Check that out and be sure to follow along with Tom on your socials and your favorite streaming platform of choice, and of course Bandcamp. Are they still doing the Bandcamp Fridays? Is that still happening?
I think that's still a thing.
Every now and then,
I see people post about it. I never post about it, but I see other people.
I know they were. It was big during the pandemic, and then I think it went so well. They were like, we're going to keep it going, and so I'm pretty sure it's still going. But that's always a great way. I mean, obviously anything on there is a great way to support. But those are always cool for sure. So when they give up profit shares, but they're definitely more supportive to artists than most of the platforms. So
that is true. Yeah. That is true.
But we got another one. I wanted to maybe do an album track, give everybody a little preview of the full sounds of what they might expect on this.
Excellent.
And we picked a song called "Which Way to Run." And again, it'll appear on this upcoming. I guess we're calling it an album.
I say it's 7 tracks.
Yeah.
It qualifies as an
Right.
album. 6 tracks is an EP. 7 tracks
all
is an
right.
album.
Yeah, I always wondered. I mean, I'm sure there's a proper, I don't know. I never fully looked into what defines. I know it's always typically an EP's, a couple tracks, but I don't know if it's actually a time or if it's track or. But we'll call it an album.
We'll
for
call
sure.
it an album. Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Yeah. But what comes to mind when you're thinking about which way to run?
Yeah, so this one is definitely an upbeat track, and I think it features probably the most concentrated collection of spy movie guitars that appear on the album. And I when I wrote this one, I really wanted it to feel kind of like there's like a Strokes kind of vibe going on. Like many of the other tracks on this album, there's lots of different vocal parts. There's lots of vocal stylings and harmonies here and there. So hope you enjoy the cool guitars.
Press for patience against the onslaught. It just keeps coming to. Matter wasted, my body is shocks like shivers of the room. And I can't take it, I won't be so remorse. We only get taste, I only cannot find which way to run. We're getting there, of course, accelerating pace. We have yet to set our sights on which way to run. Find it soon. Find 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 which way to run, oh yeah. No direction, chasing spotlights. At least you think you're wanting to. Saturday's end in one more bar fight, because you're only wanting proof. And I don't blame you, just don't get so remorse. We only get taste, we only cannot say which way to run. We're getting there, of course, accelerating days. We have yet to set our sights on heaven, eyes on heaven. Find it soon. Find which way to run. Find it soon. Find which way to run. Find it soon. Find which way to run. Find it soon. Find which way to run, oh yeah. Never be outdone, oh no. Find which way to run, oh yeah. What it takes is a lifetime. I start saving face. When you're running, you can lift up the emblem of your heart. When you're running for the treasure of the chase. When you're running, do you run for your life? Find it soon. Find which way to run. Find it soon. Find which way to run, oh yeah. Find it soon. Find which way to run. Find it soon. Find which way to run, oh yeah. Never be outdone, oh no. Never be undone, oh yeah.
Being that it's your first take at something like this, I mean, you obviously recording in the bands and everything else, but what do you feel like there was like what was your like biggest takeaway from this, you think, is like as far as a learning curve, or is there like was there a certain thing you did you maybe able to apply for the next time, or whatever, anything like that?
Next time, I will probably try to have a more concerted strategy around the actual release. But really, the big lesson that I've learned from this whole process is that you just got to do it. You just got to get it out there, because what's the point in just sitting on this recording project that you've had for years, and you wrote it so that you would share it with people? You've got it in your back pocket. Just get it out there. There's a good chance that someone out there is just going to absolutely love it. So, it's selfish not to share. So, that's definitely the big thing for me, is that, as like pretty much as soon as I get to another point of like, oh, I think these recordings are in a good spot for me to, either like send them off to someone else for just like some mixing ideas, or, just having enough to constitute another album. I'm not going to be trying to wait as long as I did, to get this one out. But at the same time, it takes as much time as it takes. And, I'm more than happy to accept that aspect of it as well. It's just that, if you're in the business of creating something, I hope that you are planning on sharing it sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with all that. I think like, I feel like that kind of same philosophy for the podcast. Like, there's a lot of, I could go through all these and cut out every little anonym and make it polished.
I've got plenty of those for you.
Make it perfect, or whatever. But ultimately, it's like, I'd rather just share it. Like,
right.
It's like, it's that kind of thing. Same thing. I'm like, I like it feeling like it's real. It's real music. Is just like, or real audio, whatever. It's just like, but there's always, you could sit there and pick at it and make it perfect or whatever. But, I like just, like I said, so I agree with that. Just get it out there, do it. Like, if you got it, if you got that thing you've been wanting to do, just go do it. And people ask me, I used to get a lot of people asking me about the podcast, like about, hey, I want to do that. I want to start a podcast. I'm like, just buy a mic and grab a buddy or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
get it going.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, it's like the whole idea of like, don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
Sure.
Because you could have so much good, and there's only so much that you can do to make something like actually perfect. And,
right.
It's art anyway, so it's never going to be perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
I also, like, I think it's funny. I've had people like, critique or something, and they're like, you say anonym a lot or whatever, and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you don't think I don't hear that? Like, I'm my own worst critic for sure.
You think I don't hear that track hissing that's all over this album? It's like, I recorded this with just a laptop.
Yeah. Right. We getting by with what we got, man. We're trying. So
yeah. That's what counts. I mean, that's what I respect that. I respect just like getting out there, doing the thing, and just I made it out to the celebration of life for Matt Close, who was just a tragic loss for the community because he was such a great dude.
Yeah,
and
R.I.P., man.
Yeah, big time. And that's something that like many have said, like in the wake of his passing, is that he would never let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
Mm-hmm.
Just get the stuff out there. So and also just a fresh reminder that it's we don't have forever to work with here. So but
that was a sad,
it was a tragic loss.
Yeah. But well, be sure to, I'm glad that was, obviously, in light of all the stuff, it was nice to see people, sharing as many, of his photos as they did on socials. Everybody, changing their profile pics and stuff like that. That was really nice to see the support of him and his art. And I wasn't able to make it to the benefit concert thing the other night, but I was glad to see some of the stream and that there was a nice crowd out there.
Yeah,
to support,
there was. And that's one of the things that, I think is important to remember about St. Louis is that, we've got a really supportive community. And, even though we've lost also, like RFT, we've lost KDHX now, it seems like officially, but I still feel like from my vantage point that I'm seeing like just as much artistic creation that's happening around town. And, I mean, that's another area where it's like, couldn't be more grateful for the fact that, you're still out there doing your thing and, getting the word out about music. So, that's something that, we all appreciate it as part of the community because we need all the help that we can get.
Sure. Yeah, it takes a village, man.
It does.
But we gotta support each other and keep doing cool shit. Speaking of cool shit, we got you're gonna be throwing a party for this. Along with some friends.
That's right.
And so mark your calendar. We got a little bit off from this the release of the digital release, but September 13th, we're going to be celebrating this collection of songs at the Heavy Anchor, and Tom will be joined by a bunch of friends to recreate this live.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting undertaking because there's so much like kind of studio magic that is in this set of recordings, which I think once you hear it, then you'll see what I mean. There's just a lot of guitars happening at once. But I think we should have enough. I think we should have our bases covered, and I could not be more excited to flesh out these songs, bring them actually to life after they've just like lived exclusively inside of my head for basically 2 years now. So it'll be nice to hear them played out in the open. And also, like I am very, very lucky that my friends in Hilo Buffalo and then also Blinded by Stereo are going to be joining for the efforts on that night. So it'll be a big friend fest. And in case that wasn't clear, I am in Hilo Buffalo as well. So I'll be pulling double duty, but so will many of the members of Blinded because some of them are also playing in the Tom Blood Band, which, wow, that feels good to say.
Yeah.
Tom Blood Band.
Yeah. Have you, so this will be the first time stepping up in the front there. I mean,
somewhat.
You play guitar and stuff up there, but like as far as like being the front man and stuff like that.
I guess. I mean, there've been past musical projects where I've just for like other kind of like random here or there gigs.
Yeah.
I kind of took the lead in a couple projects that were. They're kind of here and gone, but yeah. So this really will be the first time that I'm like full on front man.
Yeah.
And as Neil C. Luke so wisely stated, I hope that is something that everybody gets to experience once in their life.
Yeah.
So this will be my time.
All right. You studying some of the great frontmen of the past.
I don't need to study any of the frontmen of the past when I had a Neil and Drew just right there for years and years.
Some good examples for sure.
Yeah.
Some showmen for sure.
Big time.
Yeah, man. That sounds like a great night, and you can, I'm sure, tickets through, or we get the cover at the door, right? And you can find all the details and stuff at the Heavy Anchor's website. And So
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's. I don't think it's been announced yet, but it probably will be put on the calendar soon because I think they have their stuff for August already up there. So should be coming up relatively quickly.
might be an exclusive then here.
Oh, we love an exclusive here at the Rock Paper Podcast.
Yeah, man. We got one more for you that we wanted to leak out there, and we didn't. This is also a live acoustic arrangement on this particular track, and this is one titled "What It's Like." And I really wanted to make jokes about this song, being that it was a really creative interpretation of a Everlast song.
That joke was made on a podcast that I was on recently as well.
Nice. Well, I'll have to cut it out then.
Yeah, we can't give any credit elsewhere.
But that's as soon as I read that title, that's where my mind goes. And shout out to Everlast. But no, this was great, man. I really like this song, and this was fun to hear. I mean, both of them but that really cool to hear a different take on these arrangements. So, and hearing it just you and a solo guitar. So, but anything we need to know about this one?
I'd say that this one is kind of leaning more into the kind of psych rock type of feel. In the album version, there's like a very prominent guitar line, and also just lots of harmonized guitars that are happening throughout. So I was kind of going for a disorienting effect, because it's the whole thing is what it's like to lose your mind. So I know I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm sure many of you can relate, dear listener.
Busy stoplights, I can't read the signs. Writing down my scribbled thoughts like whispers to my mind. I'm old enough to tell you what it's really like, falling in a spell. Ooh, if you notice what it's like to find me out there, running up the stairs, cool down the last of daylight. It's the great design. Settle down, you've taken your flight, majorly deprived. I'm old enough to tell you what it's really like. What it's really like, falling in a spell. Ooh, if you notice what it's like to find me outside, breathing in the night, paperless pen, my head's in a bind, out on the mend. I hear what it's like. I can't defend, but I can survive. Effortless, so effortless, and artifice, effortless, so effortless, and artifice, effortless is what it's like then. Effortless, so effortless, and artifice, effortless is what it's like then. Tomorrow I won't fight in the morning light. I'd go on, but you know what it's like to lose your mind.
Speaking of that, I mean, like, not that it needs to be defined, but there are a lot of different sounds coming through this record. Track 1 is very different than track 7. You know, as you go through the record, you know, it takes you on a journey, I feel. And so you definitely experimenting with a lot of different sounds and layers of guitars, like you're saying. But do you feel like is there a particular genre, or how are you describing Tom Blood to those that are asking? Like,
yeah, I feel like it kind of just falls generally under like the kind of like garage indie type of indie rock type of deal. So, but yeah, I mean, if there was, I don't know, if there were maybe a couple at the center, you know, I feel like a lot of these tracks, and also like the variation on it, you know, it's my vain attempt to try to get kind of Beatlesy with it.
Sure, I could hear some of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of that as elements, and
well, that's what's fun about even a group like that too. Of course, they did it like everything, like, you know, there's depending on the year and the album and stuff, they they went all over the place with their sound too. So.
And I mean, I just thought that it would be fun to like just have all these songs and like all the variations that kind of happen between them, because that all the albums that I end up liking, I feel like have songs that are, you know, from a similar sonic place, but there's a lot of variety in the songwriting itself. So, but yeah, the one thing that is consistent throughout is that each song has drums, bass, and many guitars, and then at least 2 vocal lines at some point. So it was kind of fun to like work within like that specific limitation of just only having like these instruments being present for pretty much most of the project. So,
and you are you the only one actually playing those instruments?
Yeah. It's Tom Blood Jr. from start to finish. So not a single note was played by another human being.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, man, I'm really excited for you. I think the record turned out real nice, and I'm excited for everybody else to give it a spin. Like I said,
thank you. I appreciate that, Shane.
Yeah, man, the single seems to be doing well. People responding. So
yeah, no, it's I've been really, really pleased with the response so far. You know, I basically just kind of launched this whole thing like guerrilla style. So I had like created the Instagram page like sometime earlier in this year, and you know, the Facebook page was one that was actually like sitting around since like 2017, and I just never really did much of anything with it, but it's been really, really cool to just, you know, hear from everybody who's you know, shared it, liked it, commented on it, and given it a spin in general. So I'm so grateful for how this is all played out, and you know, I'm looking forward to, you know, hopefully even, you know, growing further from here. Granted, you know, I can't go much lower than I'm at right now, so it's onwards and upwards for your pal TB.
Yeah, man. I what would you like? Do you have like goals? Like, do you have like a checklist or anything that you're working on, or anything like that, like for the rest of the year or going next year or anything? Is like, I mean, obviously we got a putting this out. That's a big milestone. And then throwing a party. That's another big one. But I mean, what in a dream world for Tom Blood, what do you see with this? Like, what would you like to do?
I would love to just continue working on some solo tunes while also, still getting stuff out there for Hilo, for Supercar. Increasingly been writing a little bit more with Hilo. I see this whole this whole solo project as just kind of a release more than anything else. Like I don't have like lofty goals or expectations. Of course, I hope people enjoy it, and I will like promote it. But besides, I don't know, maybe like playing some more like solo acoustic shows. That'd be fun to get like kind of back into that kind of side of the music game. But this year, just like with everything going on, getting married later in the year, like it's just going to be super, super busy. And it's kind of hard to like see past like pretty much like November at this point. So I'm just going to be really happy to just have this done, dusted, out in the open for people to enjoy. It's something that I can always say that I did at least once, and hopefully many more times.
Right.
Like this. I feel like this album is kind of like a lighthearted take on my songwriting in general, but I love to kind of hunker down and do something like a little bit more intense or even more brooding than the Tumbleweed song. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't really. That's a long way of saying I don't really have any specific goals.
Yeah, I do like the Tumbleweed song a lot. Like that's probably my second favorite song on the record.
Nice,
so,
nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that one. So I did end up dedicating this entire album to the memory of Heart Liqueur, and
very cool.
That song in particular really goes out to him. So that means a lot. I'm glad to hear that. That's one of the ones that rose to the top for you.
Yeah. I mean, of course, the single's very catchy and get stuck in your head, and you sing along, and everything you need from a good classic pop tune. So
love to hear that. Love to hear that. Thank you.
So, but yeah, really enjoyed Tumbleweed a lot. So you're going to wait till Friday for everybody to hear that, but add that to your playlist and give it a spin. And I know, is it in Tumbleweed? You mentioned surfing. Is that the right or all the right thoughts? Don't you say something about surf at the end?
I'm just like running the lyrics.
Yeah, I think it might be all the right thoughts.
Surfing. I don't know if I mentioned surfing.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Jeopardy music plays in the background. Right. Crickets. There's nothing in my head normally, but especially not right now.
I'll find it. I'm pretty positive that's what you say. But anyway, if not, I mean,
fact check me.
You probably know your lyrics better than I do, I'm sure. But I thought I heard it. But I was gonna bring up the Brian Wilson. I didn't know if he had
passed
today. And
that was crazy to see that. Yeah, what a crazy week. Like Sly Stone, like we lose him on Monday, and then Brian Wilson today on Wednesday. So it's just like, geez.
Yeah. But I didn't know if he I just feel like maybe there was elements, like especially with some of the harmonies. I didn't know if like that he had if Beach Boys was.
No, definitely. Yeah, like I sometimes wish that I could, kind of strip things down in the same way that he did. The person actually who I would say is like really talented at doing that would be Shane Devine from the Opera Bell Band, who's always struck me as a Wilsonite in the way that he composes songs. So, and that's always been something that I respect a lot. But yeah, there's just something like a little bit more like just delicate about that approach. I don't know. But definitely with the vocal harmonies aspects, like there are vocal harmonies all over this album, and Beach Boys are definitely one of the big bands who would accomplish that.
I just feel like also, I mean, not that this couldn't exist today like it does, but I feel like there's parts like, of course, in like a Never Let You Go, that, like you mentioned, Beatles and stuff too. It kind of lends itself to more of that time period and towards the 60s. Like,
yeah, I would say like All the Right Thoughts to me is like the most like straight out of the 60s song, just with the kind of like barreling chords that are on it, and the like kind of like repetitive, all the right thoughts, all the right thoughts, all the right thoughts, like that kind of repetitive phrasing. Some that song and some of the other songs like definitely had like a callback feel. And I'm glad that kind of gets conveyed as well as you're listening.
Yeah. I think there's one that like getting some claps and stuff going. I feel like that could be a fun crowd participation moment for.
No, that's a great point. No, that's in the Tumbleweed song.
For September, get the crowd, participating, clapping along with you there and stuff. I
definitely want to do some like stagecraft type of stuff where like maybe we like extend a couple sections here and there, because with only 7 songs to work with, we'll need to fill in some time, but we'll probably play a couple covers too. Let's be honest.
But something like All the Right Thoughts, having like a repeating chorus and getting those moments like that too. I think all that kind of stuff will be really fun to see with the full audience, full crowd, full band.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a fun night. So
and you got plenty of time to memorize every single track, every lyric of every track, leading up until September. So But
I appreciate you doing this, man. It's been really great catching up, and I'm glad we got to spend some time together today.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm incredibly grateful that you were able to find some time to talk about the album, and it was really nice to sit down with you again.
Yeah, man. And be sure to check out Tom Blood Music wherever you get your digital music at. Follow along Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Bandcamp. You can find Tom Blood playing with Jesus Christ Supercar and High-Low Buffalo as well. If you want to get involved with those bands on your platforms and stuff too. High-Low. We don't have any recordings at the moment.
Not quite, but we are definitely working on it. But we've got 2 songs that are currently, like just on the cusp of getting out there. So very exciting stuff there too.
Might be hearing those very soon. Mm-hmm. So keep an eye out. Big things coming, as they say.
As they say. Big things coming, and they're all me. It's me. I'm big.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Shane.
Bye, everybody.